This is what we would encourage you to do. Ask yourself all through your day, as impulses come to you to act, just ask yourself this simple question: what influence am I under? Am I under the influence of alignment or something else? Am I under the influence of my true desire or someone else's desire about me? What influence am I under? So that's a good thing to ask yourself. And then early in the day, earlier the better, sit, quiet your mind, and allow your vibration to rise, and then just let the movie play in your mind. Don't try to create, just watch the movie. Don't try to create, just watch the movie. The receiving mode is watching the movie. So many people, deliberate creators, they want to create the movie, but then they just introduce resistance, and then they don't maintain their vibration. Can you feel that distinction? And then the third thing we would do, we would segment intend. We'd tune in, and then we'd segment intend, and then we'd take what comes, and we would not beat up on ourselves if we don't have a good day, because there's a bunch of residual stuff that's headed your way, and when it gets there, some of it you're not going to like, a lot of it you are. There's residual wonderful stuff headed your way too, and residual not so wonderful stuff headed your way. It's all good, isn't it? All clarifying.
It is. It is. During the quieting my mind in the morning, and I practice in focusing on that sound that I don't have any judgment about. And every time my thoughts start to flow, I try to go back to that sound. So can you make a distinction between when to let go and follow the movie, or when to go, no, I don't want to follow that, go back down to this?
Yes, it's a wonderful question. When your mind wanders, and it will, you'll know what influence you're under when it wanders. If you're thinking about the things you need to do today, you're not under the influence of source. If you're worrying about some problem, you're not under the influence of source. But if you're feeling exhilaration about something, then you're under the influence of source. You'll get better and better at knowing exactly whether you want to let it roll or whether you want to refocus on the sound of the air conditioner or whatever it is. You can tell. A lot of people have been confused in meditation because when their mind wanders, they think they should quiet their mind. Esther was hyperventilating in the early days, just trying to get her mind clear. We were trying to reach her for 9 months before she let us in, because every time we'd offer a block of thought, her encouragement had been, sit in a quiet room and wear comfortable clothing and focus on your breathing. And when your mind wanders, and it will, release the thought and focus back on your breathing. So she was relaxed and we were flowing to her, but every time a thought would start flowing, she'd focus on her breathing again. And so finally we began spelling letters in the air with her nose. And that's when she realized that more was going on. Again, we're back to that same question of knowing whether you're in a step 1 asking mode or whether you're in a step 3 receiving mode. And when you sit to meditate, you're in a step 3 receiving mode. It's not the mode where you're trying to make everything happen. You know what mode you were in when you made everything happen? Prepare yourself for this. Step 1 is the mode that you're in when you are making everything happen. That's when you're sorting and sifting and deciding and launching rockets of desire. Really, Abraham? That sucky mode with all that contrast, that's when I'm creating my reality? Yes. That's when you're deciphering and discerning and concluding and preferring. Even if you're not saying it out loud, that's when you're building your vortex. And then step 2 is not your work. We take care of that, and so does law of attraction. The cooperative components are all assembled. All you got to do is quiet your mind and watch the movie or listen to the story. Play with this. You'll really like it, because we know you come to a gathering like this, especially if it's your first time, and Esther looks like she believes what she's saying, and she has a convincing way of saying it because no words are tripped up and nothing is vibrationally inaccurate. Everything fits together. In other words, it's a really good gig she's got going here, you might think. She seems smart and delivers it well. She must do that a lot. She does, and it's different every time, because you're different every time. But when you personally hear it and then decide that you are going to take some time to meditate, every day is good for you, and you manage to quiet your mind, you get pretty good at that, and then you get into that receiving mode where thoughts begin occurring or impulses come, and you follow one of them. You don't jump on it immediately, but once it's strong enough that you feel like you really want to do that, that's a really good thing to follow. And when you follow it and then you have a manifestation that fits into the category of something that you really want, now you know that you've got this. It's not just somebody with a good idea or an opinion. It's you applying the laws of the universe. It's you letting the law of attraction work for you instead of against you. It's you coming into sync with the power that creates worlds and utilizing it toward what you are desiring, you see. Ooh, such a nice conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.